Shalom, shalom, child of God. I salute you in the name of Jesus. Today we are answering one question about our relationship with God. Because this is one of the most important relationships. Actually, it's not one of the most, it is the most important relationship every man should have. But it requires some skills to navigate. And sometimes it has become the most misunderstood relationship. And failure in having a successful relationship with God can lead to failure in other relationships. It's not enough to go to church. It's not enough to just read the Bible. There is an art to it. There is a way it can be done. So prayer makes part of it. The word makes part of it. But there is something more. When you're born, physically, you were born by the intents of God. No one is an accident. Everyone is born by the intentions of God. It means your life has a purpose. And your God-given purpose demands God. No matter how hardworking and diligent, committed you are, there is a way that we cannot attain the ultimate fulfillment without God. So God created us for Himself. We are an extension of His power, His love, and His ability. We are, through God, executing His plans for humanity and the world. Kila aliyezaliwa ana kusudi kwa kipindi ambacho amepewa kuishi hapa duniani. And mostly is to continue the creation process using what God has already made available to make what He wants to be made through us. So we are created for Him, by Him, and we cannot be without Him. So every relationship that a child of God should have, kila mahusiano, sijui nisemeje, mahusiano yetu na Mungu yanakuwa affected by our understanding kwamba we are not and we cannot be fully ourselves without Him. Inaanzia hapo. I cannot be me. The me that I was intended to be without God. Because He is the one who knows it all. So when we approach God, we are not just approaching God so that we can just go to heaven. We came from heaven. What do we know about ourselves? And who can tell us more about us? Who can show us more about ourselves than the one who made us? That is one thing that affects our approach into a relationship with God. Some people relate with God because they need. But what I've discovered is that when we go before God, it should be because of who He is for us. And for us is the source, not just of life, of our true identity. So when you go before God, don't be ashamed, don't be afraid. Kuna uhuru mbele zake, because He knows you that you don't know. Yani anakufahamu the version of you that you have no idea. Kwa sababu alipokuumba, He knew you. He said, I created you, but I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. and I ordained you to be 1, 2, 3. You may think you know yourself until you have a habit of spending time with God, and He begins to show you you. Kuna ndugu na jamaa wanaosemaga, mimi bwana, I know myself, mimi nipogo hivi. You can only know who you truly are when you have time in the presence of God. So when you approach God, know that hamna barrier. Your mistakes do not disqualify you. What you have done, what you have not done, does not disqualify you. Nothing will ever separate you from the love of God. And God is always welcoming you with arms wide open, because He knows without Him wewe sio kitu. So He will not ban you to go after Him kwa sababu ya mavitu ambayo unayo ambayo yako sawa, because those things can only be corrected with Him, properly corrected. Kwa hiyo child of God, usikimbie Mungu kwa sababu haupo sawa, ama hujanena sawa, hujasema sawa, au umefanya vitu ambavyo havikuwa sawa. You can only run to God to find yourself, your true self. You're not created by the universe, you're created by God who made the universe. You are not created by the things you have and the things you have lost. You're created by God. He's the one who knows you. But it begins with the time you have with Him. So if you don't know how to start, is that God, here I am. That's how you start. Show me me. And I'm going to carve my time, a portion of my time every day, to just find out what you say about me. I'm going to bring the me that I have so before you, so that you can give me the me that you have to me. We often say we give our lives to the Lord when we are born again, but the truth is we really don't have a life to give, because He's the one who gives us life. So when you are born again is when you receive life. It's an introduction to the life that you are intended to live. So it's not about singing songs and praying loud prayers. It's about life. It's about identity. Mimi ni nani in God? In God wewe sio mlokole. Wewe ni mwanae. You're the son, you're the daughter, ambaye una kusudi. Acha kusudi ulilopata kwa sababu ulienda chuo and secondary school and ulikuwa na mahusiano ya kafeli and ulikuwa na nani sijui kawaje and people abused you and na. Mungu ana kusudi na wewe ambalo probably your mom doesn't know, didn't know, you didn't know. But when you start having this relationship with Him this time, there is when the doors will begin to open and He will start seeing you. But it begins with time. And the question that you should go bring before God is not money, it's not cars, it's you. God is interested in you more than He's interested in the things that He wants to give you. What shall benefit you if you gain everything but you don't find you? Nothing. So go before God and present you and let God know that Bwana nipo hivi na hivi na hivi, but I want to know the me that you know that I don't know yet. Ndo tumeanza. Until next time.